Imagine falling for someone who looks you in the eye every day and lies straight through his smile. For 3 years, I believed I was talking to an honest man, someone rebuilding his life after divorce. But what he was really rebuilding was his double life. You ever meet someone who seems too good to be true? Kind, charming, mature, says all the right things at just the right time. That was him. For over 3 years, I believed I was talking to a good man. A man who told me he was divorced. A man who said he was rebuilding his life. And I believed him. But what if I told you that everything he said, everything, was a lie? We met in our 20s, online, casual at first. You know those conversations that just flow? Where you talk for hours and completely lose track of time? That was us. He made me laugh, he listened when I vented, and somehow he always knew the right thing to say. He told me he was divorced, focused on work, and not ready for anything serious. But he still wanted me in his life, and I respected that. I thought, finally, someone honest enough to take things slow, but slow turned into steady, and steady turned into something real. We talked every single day. We shared secrets, dreams, inside jokes. It wasn't just a fling, at least, not to me. It felt like a connection that had depth. Looking back now, I realized the signs were always there. There were things that just didn't add up. He'd avoid FaceTime calls, said his camera was broken. Sometimes he'd disappear for hours or even whole weekends and say he was visiting family. And whenever I'd ask where exactly he lived, his answers were vague. It was always something like, "It's complicated right now," or "I'm moving soon." I wanted to believe him. Because when you care about someone, your heart convinces your mind to ignore what's so obviously right in front of you. I told myself, he's busy, he's stressed. He'll open up when he's ready. But deep down, a small voice just kept whispering, something's off. Then one day, everything just stopped. Out of absolutely nowhere, he said, "We just can't see eye to eye anymore." No argument, no big fight, just cold distance and silence. 3 years of connection, gone in a single sentence. I remember just staring at my phone, trying to understand how someone could switch off their feelings so easily. But the truth was, he didn't just switch off. He'd been hiding something all along. A few weeks later, I started noticing things online. Posts that didn't make sense, tagged photos I wasn't meant to see. Then one day, I saw a familiar name in a comment thread. His name, right next to a woman's. I clicked on her profile, and there it was. A smiling family photo, him, his wife, their kids, happy, whole, living the kind of life he told me didn't exist anymore. My stomach just dropped. I must have stared at that picture for 10 minutes, completely frozen, because that was the moment it all came crashing down. The lies, the missing weekends, the vague answers. Everything suddenly made perfect, horrible sense. I confronted him. I asked why he lied, about being divorced, about his job, even about where he lived. And do you know what he said? He said, "I was separated. That's basically divorce." Then he added, "You're just hard to talk to." Can you even imagine? After all those years of lies, he blamed me for not being easy enough to talk to. That one sentence replayed in my mind for days, because it wasn't just disrespect. It was pure manipulation. He took away my right to choose what kind of man I let into my life. Now, I know everything. I even found his wife's social media pages, and every time I see her picture, I can't help but wonder if she knows. If she's sitting at home right now, believing the same lies I once did. If she's still in the dark, while I'm here, holding the truth. Part of me wants to message her, not to ruin anything. But because I wish someone had told me. Another part of me says to just walk away, that it's not my place, and that the damage is already done. But I can't shake this feeling that my silence just makes me part of the lie. So now I'm asking you, what would you do? Would you tell his wife and expose the whole truth? Or would you stay silent and try to leave it all behind? Because after 3 years of lies, I don't even know what the right thing looks like anymore. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you've ever been through something similar, Sharing your story might help someone else feel less alone. Thanks for listening. If you want to hear more stories like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that follow button. I'll see you in the next one.